the right way to give as Christians without being extorted by baseless biblical doctrines. Watch this. Pastor, God has been good. Here's my first fruit, my January salary. Take it, sir.
Brother, first of all, what do you understand by first fruit biblically?
I was taught that the first income of the year belongs to God to secure us more blessings.
All right, let us open the Bible and see if scripture agrees with what we were taught, or if tradition has added something that God never commanded. Okay? Now, first fruit in scripture was never salary. It was never cash. And it was never for bankers. Because you are a banker, right? Or are you a farmer? Let me know so that I will know which direction I'm talking.
No, sir, I'm a banker and you're aware, sir.
Now, very good. Let us go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 26. We'll read from verse 1 to verse 2. It says, "You shall take some of the first of all the produce of the ground." Of what? Of all the produce of the ground, which you harvest from your land. Which you harvest from your land. So it was agricultural. It was tied to land, harvest, and farming.
That's true. That's true. So it wasn't money?
No, it was never tied to money. In the book of Nehemiah, chapter 10, verse 37, it says, "The first fruits of our dough, our offerings, the fruit of every tree, the wine, and the oil." You can see again, it is farm produce, not wages. All right. Now, the question now is, who was commanded to bring first fruits? Only Israel. It was only Israel under the Mosaic law, not the church. The church was not commanded to bring first fruit. It was only Israel under the Mosaic law. Now look at Exodus chapter 23 verse 19. It says, "The first of the first fruits of your land you shall bring to the house of the Lord." You are a banker. You are not an Israelite farmer living under the law of Moses. So now let's talk about the New Testament. The New Testament is silent on first salary. Search the New Testament carefully. No apostle ever collected first fruits from salaries. Instead, giving is taught like this. 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 7. It says, "Each one should give as he has decided in his own heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion, not be by force to give." Now, first fruit doctrine compels people. Grace does not. If you check the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 16, verse 1 to 2, it says, "On the first day of the week, let each one of you lay something aside, as he may prosper." Not first salary, not first day of the year. It is not forced. The God we serve will never ask you to carry your first salary of the year and come and give pastor. You that you just finished spending money for Christmas and New Year celebration, and January is even the month that you pay your children's school fees. My God is not an author of confusion. Now, another very important point to note is that the law has ended. So even if you were a farmer, the law itself has been fulfilled and concluded. Go to the book of Romans chapter 10 verse 4. It says, "For Christ is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone who believes." Galatians chapter 3 verse 24 to 25 says, "The law was our tutor to bring us to Christ. But after faith has come, we are no longer under a tutor." You can't selectively resurrect one law, first fruit, and ignore the rest. Sacrifices, Levitical priesthood, and all those things that follows it that looked fetish. I am telling you this because it's very convenient for me to collect this money from you and just chop it and just eat it. But as a true man of God, I would rather tell you the truth. At the end of the day, you can now use your church mind to say, Pastor, I dash you this one. But for me to scam you, I will never do that.
But Pastor, what about honor the Lord with your first fruits?
Now you have asked a very good question. And your question is in reference to the book of Proverbs chapter 3 verse 9, where it says, honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your produce. Now you need to understand something. Proverbs is wisdom literature, not a command to the church. And again, produce was mentioned, not paychecks. You honor God today by obedient living, generous giving, supporting ministry willingly, not fearfully or forcefully or under duress. So you need to realize that God is not after your salary. He is after your understanding. In the book of Hosea, chapter 4 verse 6, it says, my people are destroyed or they perish for lack of knowledge. Acts chapter 20 verse 35 says, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Give, yes. Support ministry, yes. But not by turning Old Testament farming laws into modern financial rituals. No, sir. All these funny pastors, when you tell them some sacrificial things that took place in the Old Testament, they will tell you, no, that is Old Testament. But they will always go there to pick things that benefit their pocket financially. They will hold on to that one and throw away the rest.
So, Pastor, what should I do with this money?
What you will do with the money, if you want to give freely. You can come and meet me and say, Pastor Victor Isibo, how are you doing, guy? What's up? This your coat, it be like say you don't owe though. Take this small thing, may you take hold your side. I will collect it, but not under the guise of first fruit. Now, mago me, I know they like. If you want to support the work, do so joyfully. But never believe God will curse your year because you did not surrender a salary he never asked for.
Wow, thank you so much. Many pastors have been scamming members with this first fruit thing.